Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. We're going to be playing a warm-up run of Gungeon for the day here, and oh, would you look at that? We're going to randomly select a character to play as, not BCDD. Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. We're going to randomly select a character to play as today. It's the... Alright, I'm just going to play the robot, because I don't want to have to fiddle with, like... I'm going to change my character skin as well. I don't want to fiddle with having to figure out how to actually spawn the cultist. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not doing it, okay? The cultist is easy mode. Do you think that I need easy mode when I play Enter the Gungeon? I do not need easy mode playing Enter the Gungeon. I need a hard mode character. That's why we're, you know, pro gamer Abe Clancy needs a little bit of strife in his life. We're gonna be a literal skeleton in a land full of bullet people. You might be wondering, Abe, what the hell are you talking about? How is the cultist easy mode character? Well, the cultist is supposed to be played as a multiplayer character, and his passive item is that if he's ever alone, he gets massive buffs to speed, to damage, to rate of fire, etc., etc., etc. So it's easy mode. Tiny says, I love democracy. Look! Sometimes, you know, you just know what you want. And today's a day when I know what I want. I want a freaking robot run, okay? I was kind of hoping that random wouldn't screw me 2 times in a row. No way in hell I'm gonna random a freaking BCDD20T run, though. That's not what I'm looking forward to right now. No thank you. Could you guys die, please? Thank you. No. This way. And this way. So close to a twofer. If it rolled it twice in a row, you know, hold on, how many characters are there? Like 10? Then we would be like in the 1 out of 100 chance. Then I might do it, but it rolled 2 bad things in a row. Really, I should just remove the character from the wheel. I forgot how, let's be honest. What says I like the robot though? A man of culture and principle, I see. Let's keep moving. Do cultist BCDD20T? Actually, it's not a bad idea, Pixely. If cultist is easy mode, rather cultist, a BCDD20T run could theoretically be a little bit more balanced, potentially? Yeah. I could see it. Then again, if you really wanted easy mode, I would probably recommend Bullet, because the Bullet is immune to Blobulon Rancher, and also just immune to the... We can open it. Yes. Duct tape! Also Secret Room. Bullet is immune to Blobulon Rancher and also all of those big annoying high health jammed enemies that rush you down, so that could be a very good opportunity to do a good run. Maman says, I haven't seen you do a bunny run. I did a bunny run recently, so you must have just not been here for it. Maman? Where were you, Maman? We are leaving after we fight the boss. Let's start with the boss fight. Maman says I'm a fake fan. And of course it's gotta be the freaking Bullet Brothers here. I hate Bullet Brothers. They're a very annoying enemy to have to fight. By the way, I should also mention, while we are trying to survive Bullet Brothers here, I have a new mouse. It came in the mail the other day. I needed a new mouse because my previous mouse was starting to go. The buttons were starting to not click on it. It got knocked off of my desk like last year, and it has been a little bit flaky since then. I had to get a new one. It was like 40 bucks on Amazon, so I figured why not. It was really noticeable when I was playing BPM because every time I click to reload, it just doesn't click to reload, so I had to get a new one. I don't mind the purchase, but this mouse has a lot more like RGB lights on it, so I keep seeing like a shadow on my desk because it's my hand covering the RGB lights, and I keep freaking out. Like, what is that? Oh, it's not a spider, it's just my hand. Dun, 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 dun. Bert Pro Gamer says I prefer the Bullet Twins more than the Gatling Gull. Bert Pro Gamer 179. What do you play on, turbo mode or normal mode? Because we have this discussion all the time. I think the general consensus, I think, is that on turbo mode, Gatling Gull is easier, but on normal mode, bullet-triggered dudes might be easier. Because I play on turbo mode. We're playing on turbo mode here. The more RGB, the more gamer, says Maman. I guess I'm a gamer. Where's our eggs? Oh, there it is. I couldn't see it. It was right next to me. Feed your old mouse to a snake. I have 5 computer mice on my desk right now because when I was trying to record BPM the other day, it's not on Twitch that I'm doing this. It's just specifically made for YouTube content. So go check that out on my YouTube if you like BPM bullets per minute. It's a fun game. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check out my other playlist. Okay, that enemy spawned on top of me, which is a little bit BS. I'm gonna call BS on that one. But I was struggling to try to find another mouse that I could utilize that had working buttons. So the one, I ended up settling for 2 mice. If I had to reload, I would use one mouse, and if I had infinite ammo, I would use another mice. Dude, mice, mouse, dice, die. I'm very bad at actually getting my plurals correct, I guess. I realized something the other day. I had played a demo of a dice deck builder, and I realized only after the fact that I repeatedly referred to a single die as dice. And so I thought to myself, oh God, I'm gonna get another YouTube comment. I apologize, Mr. YouTube commenter. You might have to suffer with me constantly getting dice and die wrong. That, or I'm just gonna have to like redub it. Every time I say dice, I'll just redub it and it's die. Die. You know what? I'll dub it with Enter the Gungeon's Die Werewolf Die, and it'll just be die. I'm a bit of a dummy, okay? But for some reason in my head, I just say dice all the time because, I don't know. I come from America, I guess, you know. Man, that joke never gets old. Think you're dumb? Just blame it on the American education system. Gas mask 36, key 26. We should be able to buy both. Use a Windows TTS voiceover for die. I think it would be a lot more fun to use Dose 1's voiceover for the line, die werewolf die. Die werewolf die. And it's just gonna be a different guy saying die. I think it's perfect. That should exactly be what I'll do, which is probably not what I'll do. I'll probably just redub it so it's less noticeable, but yeah. Dice, die, mice, mises, goose, geeses, moose, mises. Sometimes English just can be a very dumb language. Connie says, I remember learning English and learning the difference between die and dice. Still feels weird to say die when talking about dice. The thing is that if you say a dice, people do understand what you're talking about. So it's like when you're talking about like a group of multiple crows, you don't say, oh, the flock of crows. You're gonna get someone in the chat being like, it's not a flock, it's called a murder of crows. Yes, a murder is a group of crows. And a group of octopi is a pod. And a group of, I guess, generic birds are A flock? What if you didn't know what animal it was? What if you didn't know that it was crows? Would it still be okay to call it a flock? Isn't a group of sheep a flock? A flock of sheep? A flock of seagulls? Hello? Arcatraz says, according to the Oxford Dictionary, dice can be used as a singular and plural form of die. I gotta look this up because if this is true, then I don't have to actually redub anything. Oxford Dictionary dice. Dice, Oxford Learner's Dictionary. Also die, especially in North American English. A small cube, dice, plural, dice. There you go. I live in America, I can call it dice. The Oxford Dictionary says I can, okay? I don't want any more complaints about it. Thank you, Oxford. Although maybe someone out there is very much against Oxford. They don't even use the Oxford comma. I'll be honest, I forget which comma's which. Here's my rule of thumb. Comma before and. And if the things that if you're listing multiple things that themselves contain commas, just use a semicolon. That way it's easier to understand. You can use it as a list differentiator, I think. Delimiter? Delimitator sounds more like the Terminator. I still want to watch some more Schwarzenegger films, by the way. Art of Bobridge says, bird plurals are leftover classism gates, no reason to use them. They were created and perpetuated as a means of marking out the aristocracy from the less well-bred masses. That's what you believe, huh? You believe that the birds are actually real. One day, maybe you'll wake up and smell the sheeples. Dun, dun, dun. Pixely says, the only English that bugs me is when people type would of instead of would have. I think that one's easy to understand though, because it's bone apple tea. It's, you say would've as in would apostrophe VE as a conjunction, and people just think that you're saying would of instead of would have. So that one is, they hear it, they don't read it, and then they think they understand what you're actually referring to. So that one, you know, it's annoying, but if you just say it out, it sounds correct. That's what happens when you learn to speak before you learn to spell, says Connie. I'm curious, Connie, what your native language is, if it is not, how can I say this as badly as possible? Oh yeah, what do you speak if not American? Apologize. Arcatraz says Finnish? I don't remember where anyone's from. Every word is pronounced as written, says Finnish. No phonetics. That's good. It's an easy to learn language. Connie's from Finland, so I don't remember where anyone's from. I think this isn't disposable Finnish or Swedish or Norwayish. Is it Noorish? I don't remember. Cool says Finnish. I barely started. Okay. Milt Thompson says, as an English teacher, this conversation is quite triggering, lol. That's whenever anyone has a conversation and you're an actual expert in the field, that's what I imagine you're going through right now. You're just like, oh. It's like whenever anyone talks about chemistry and Quark's in chat, she's like, pushes up her glasses on her nose, and well, actually, fluoride is F. FL is Florida. What, do you not even know that? It's people thinking FL's fluoride. Yes, I'm calling you out, Quark. I hope you're here. Listening in spirit. Oh, I'm done. I didn't get the key. Oh, why? I made a mistake. Well, that's okay. We're just not gonna do the Abby because I was a little bit boneheaded and I used my key. That's okay. Alcatraz says, Finnish rivals Germans' ability to string words together past the point of all reason. Except I like that about German is that because you can just string these root words together, you can make a word that means anything. You can make a word that you know, like Schadenfreude, that's like the example, where there's not really a word for that in English, so we just use the German word for it. Feeling pleasure in other people's pain or uncomfortableness. I forget which. Misfortune, maybe? That'd be better. FL is actually fluorovium. I don't know if that's correct, Gladeair, because I'm not a chemist or a scientist. I'm just a science man. Cool says there's a song about that. 99 red balloons? Whoa! 99 ox balloons. I actually don't. Wait, what's what's 9 in German? No, that's Russian. What's 9 in Russian? Dziewięć. What's 9 in German? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 99. It's basically 9. So 99 Luftballons. I don't remember. I don't know what balloon is in German either. I don't know German. Ew, why would I know one of those icky European languages? That's the joke. English is a European language. The joke is I'm not learned. Well, it's not much of a joke. More sad, really. Balloon just remove an O, says Connie. So I was right in that it was very sounding normal. Balloon. Balloon. 99. I guess, yeah, it would be 90. Elf, Zwolf, 30. No, isn't it Jane? Like, Zane, 14, Zane, so it would be like 9. I don't know. Look, I don't know freaking German. Nope. Look at me, I'm using my, like, alternate weapons. We're having a conversation, making fun of both English and European languages. Look at that. Sane is 13, Zig is 30. Okay, so I had it backwards. It's fine. Connie says, I still have not managed to start this Darkest Dungeon 2 run. Keep it going a little bit longer and you'll have a run that rivals the length of your Engineer run in Risk of Rain Returns, where you played for like 6 hours. Getting all of your freaking unlocks, getting your beam drone. I saw that, I think it was Connie in Discord was saying that, no, it wasn't. It was someone else in Discord. But I couldn't tell the name because I still have streamer mode on, so it's just one letter and then a bunch of dots. Someone was saying that their game was lagging out because they had like 30 Shrines of the Mountain because they prestiged. I gotta do a prestige run one of these days. Lemon, welcome. I refuse to believe Gungeon stream. You refuse to believe that I'm playing Gungeon? Have you seen my YouTube channel? I think that was Blexmer. I thought it was a number, but it could have just been a letter. How you doing, Lemon? I'm sorry it's not Dead Cells. Are you still retired, or did you come back? You couldn't stay away? Chrissy, welcome, and thank you very much for the resubscription. Another month passed. Hello! Chrissy, when are you gonna play, by the way, everyone should go follow AgroChrissy on Twitch as well. When are you gonna play Cult of the Lamb? Have you played the original, or are you waiting, the original? Have you played the game currently, or are you just waiting for the sex update? So you can make your your furry villagers bang. Oh, don't take that one out of context. Or maybe, I don't know. Never played, I'm waiting for the update. Architrez says after sex like everyone else. I don't think we're gonna get enough money for the rat key, but I'm gonna open these. The what now? Yeah, Cult of the Lamb is gonna get a sex update. There are mods already, says Eyeshadows. Yeah, but this one will be official. It'll be officially supported. I guess it's so that you don't have to go into the dungeons to keep getting new cult members. Then Lemon says, I am playing 1.2 patch. Wait, are you playing Dead Cells version 1.2, Lemon? You've downgraded to like a version of this game from 2021? Or am I missing something? I think my Guanstone broke the projectile that summoned enemies. I didn't know that could happen. Did I say broked? Oh my god, I'm gonna make Milt Thompson have a freaking aneurysm. I want to experience the knife thrower and arbiter suffering. Maybe you'll be able to tell me. In Dead Cells, what version was it where the jetpack downwards attacking guys appeared in the prisoners' quarters at like BC2? Because that sucked. I remember that specifically. That was a bad time. Rip Milt. Okay, look. I could either... My ears are bleeding. 1.2, they are also everywhere. Yeah, that's the thing. Those jetpack MFers in Dead Cells, they appear in like BC2, and they're in every biome. They're like... What enemy appears in every biome? Not really many. It's annoying is what I'm trying to say. All right, fine. Taco Sunday says, in Cult of the Lamb, will the sex mingle with the poop eating? Hopefully not, but, you know, maybe. Chrissy Sims, I'm lurking back to Slime Rancher. I still have never played a Slime Rancher game. I also have never played Atomicrops, which I gotta do at some point. I'm now contractually obligated. I just gotta get the game now. Let's do it. Hopefully I didn't miss too many Twitch comments while I'm trying to, you know, not take a lot of damage as a robot here and actually play this run. If anyone in Twitch chat put a comment in and I didn't respond to it, you could just put it in again. I'll get to it eventually. And anyone in the YouTube comments, maybe, you know, we'll see. Clearly I'm reading some of them because I read the one that was just a guy angry that I kept saying dice instead of die. What says he missed all of them? Ah, damn it. Gotta start at the beginning, I guess. Oh, hello, welcome, how's it going? Alcatraz Mud, Connie, how you doing today? Good to see you, good to see you. Connie says, in Darkest Dungeon 2, I have 2 deadly heroes. I'm somehow taking them both in this party. What does that mean? It's been a while, you're gonna have to explain it to me. I have no good duct tape combos, so we're not gonna worry about this right now. I'd love to get some sort of a broken combo, but... Deadly is 15% crit. Ah, that's actually pretty good. Put that on a grave robber. I don't know when I'm gonna go back to... Connie says, did my chats get cut again? One of them is on a grave robber. Ah, perfect. I don't know why it's only you, Connie. Twitch hates you, I guess. I don't know when I'm gonna go back to Darkest Dungeon 2. It's a fun game. Darkest Dungeon 1's a fun game, but I also don't want to go back to that one. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm the problem. Now Gungeon though, I'll come back to Gungeon, I guess. Cough, cough. You know what I need? More coffee. I don't know when I'm gonna go back and play more Dead Cells either. We were playing a lot of it. Jumping back in the Castlevania update was fun. Careful. But now I'm playing Gungeon again, so I don't have time for both games. I can't play, I think, only Gungeon and Dead Cells and Nuclear Throne. I think that's too much of a good thing. I need a break every once in a while. Even lately, I've not really been feeling the urge to play Nuclear Throne, I think because I've been playing Dead Cells. Because I've been playing Enter the Gungeon. I've been like, hey, I don't actually want to have that much bullet hell in my life. Risk of Rain has been fun. Honestly, I've been recording more Let's Look Ats. They'll be going up eventually, one of these days. But I would love to maybe get like a new deck builder to play. If anyone has, by the way, ideas for things that I should check out, if you have a key for a game, a code for a game, a copy of it, if you know of a game that has a demo, hit me up in the comments or on Discord. I have more time lately. I'm gonna be hopefully making more Let's Look Ats and more YouTube content and more Twitch content. So, you know, I have time to play more games like this, to check out more demos and stuff. I've been emailing, you know, various studios and being like, can I get a code for your game? I can promise like 100 views on a video, if that. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably not gonna move many units, but I'll have fun playing it, maybe. Where are we going? That says lol Jesus. I feel like I said something inappropriate, but I don't think I did. I was just talking about video games, so I think I'm in the clear. I don't think I'm gonna get canceled. I don't think I've done anything to get canceled. I think I'm okay. I think I'm in the clear. Okay. Probably just use this. Doesn't quite knock back. Why do I have 2 chickens? Oh, you're not my chicken. That explains it. There is a Ring of Mimic Friendship. We can pick it up and then drop it, because there's no more mimics on the floor, I think. It should be okay. Hold on, Connie has some sick Darkest Dungeon 2 knowledge to drop. I just learned that the quirk removing items in Darkest Dungeon 2, they remove the oldest quirks first, and they're not random. Is that really how it works? That's kind of annoying, actually. Because normally you would prefer it to be in order so you can... Sorry, normally you would prefer it to be random because you tend to get a bad quirk and then need it gone immediately. So if it is in order, that sucks. I haven't noticed it myself, but Connie says if you can trust the wiki. What you should do, Connie, if you really want to, check when that was added to the wiki, because it might be old information that just has never been updated. Lamont says, I just realized that room looks like a happy squid. I can't believe I never noticed. This room, by the way, all of the rooms of combat in Enter the Gungeon, they're all handcrafted. This room is very interesting. It looks like a squid. That's because after you kill the shotgunners that appear here and here, when you walk into the room, you get a reinforcement that is a squid monster and a buffer. I don't know if the eyes are random, but if you ever enter a room and you see this room, think to yourself, oh, I'm gonna be fighting a squid. Because you're gonna be fighting a squid. This room, for instance, the one that kind of looks like a weird gun, but without the trigger, there's always a spider enemy right here. I think there can be reinforcements in this room. This room, for instance, the one that just looks like a weird butt plug and a doorknob or something. Door butt plug. After you kill all of the enemies, usually by going into the plug, there's shotgunners that spawn outside in the big hallways, so you gotta fight them off. So yeah, every room is very unique and handcrafted. This room, for instance, with the mine carts in the corners, there's always 4 bulletkin / shotgunners, no reinforcements. This room always has a bunch of bulletkins, no reinforcements. So you get these interesting rooms that you kind of remember, and you start to learn the patterns of the rooms, and that's actually where a lot of my good gungeoning and good gungeon knowledge comes from, knowing the patterns of the enemies and the spawns. There are rooms in Bullet Hell where if you know the patterns, you know which enemies to kill in which order. There's one in particular where there's a couple of rooms where this happens, actually. There are enemies that spawn in after you defeat the first wave, and the last enemy is the worst enemy, the one that you want to kill first. So if you just recognize that, you can focus that enemy down, and then that room becomes much easier, because the last spawn is like the shot grub, the one that fires the squirrely bullets. Burlets. So that little bit of gungeon knowledge, it actually can go a long way. We are going to... I made a mistake. We're gonna have to use armor to get into the secret room, but that's fine. Hey Jammer Lango, welcome, how are you doing? Thank you for making me watch Monster Train for straight 10 hours. Have you just gotten hooked? Have you been watching from the beginning of that playlist up on youtube.com/AbeClancy? Monster Train is a very fun game, I like it. And if you want Monster Train content, there's like 300 hours of it, so, you know, Merry Christmas. What's in here? Holy Grail, Disarming Personality, Badge. Can't afford anything. We have a key. Let's open the chest. Genie. Genie's okay. I guess we're gonna go. We're gonna, you know, hurt ourselves in order to access the rat floor, but whatever. Abe, you can't hurt yourself. You don't have any way of hurt. We can hurt ourselves. We can engineer a way of hurting ourselves, I think. Let's start here. Wish there was a lantern, because that would make it easier to... If there was one lantern, it would be a lot easier to do the fire damage. Instead, what we're gonna have to do is find a fire pit. Actually, we can make a fire pit. Okay, yeah, we can do this. So watch this. There you go. Jammer Lingo says, I think I started the playlist from last Divinity DLC. It was like VOD 210. I know not everyone liked the Monster Train DLC because it added a little bit of power creep. And I know that people recommend the, there's like a rebalance mod or something, but I never played it. Maybe I should. Dare Nunu, thank you for the resub and welcome. How are you doing? What's going on? I saw Dare Nunu in my friend Chris's stream the other day. He was playing some, what was he playing? Risk of Rain, Noida, something like that. What's my code? Monster Train is all about the power creep. Yeah, except the Divinity DLC, it kind of makes it so that a lot of strategies aren't viable anymore. Like, you can't really... It's hard to get around, like, 100 plus damage enemy turns. Up, up, right, right, down, up. What's with you people? I mean, whoa! Dodged into him. Ah! Got hit. Up, up. Oh, good. Right, right. So that's one right, this is a second right. And then, was it down, up? I'm sorry, I just cannot remember the code for the life of me. Down, up. Don't move, don't move, don't move. And then up. Good, okay. I'll take ammo. Gotta avoid getting hit here, because, you know, 6 HP now. If you're not obligated to use Divinity stuff and you literally get no Divinity stuff issues, do not touch this. That's a good point, you know? The Divinity victory is technically optional. I haven't treated it like that, but that's just because I like doing, you know, Act 4 in Slay the Spire, Divinity and Monster Train, Rat and Lich and Gungeon. You know, it's not a complete run if you don't do everything. It's not how you should be thinking about it. Bernini says I'm lying down Beside my hug pillow, watching Abe while resting. Is it an Abe hug pillow? That'll be for when I get a store. I was just getting warmed up before, now I'll melt you. Like cheese, I get it. I am immune to the poison when he starts doing that again. Oh, for some reason I thought we would have the hand come in and grab us. I was waiting for it. Metafusion says, I got a beam drone. And it was on NG. I didn't even combine, it was just in the medic room. In Risk of Rain Returns, I tend to find beam drones on the final level, if you don't loop. I think other people have the same luck. Disposable says, hey Abe, destroy both the cannon and the drum on the mech. No. I want to see the attack. No, it sucks! Did that not hit? It's a garbage attack for garbage people. Get him, chicken. I'm on fire. There he goes, though. Give me a second. At least we've got Smiley's revolver. It's, I mean, we have a lot of good weapons right now. Decent weapons. It's a solid enough weapon, though. Just tap shoot to fire. That is a bad hit to take. I feel like I'm not really paying attention on this run. I blanked! Maybe I was out of blanks. The fire threw me off in my dodge pattern there. I also should have been a little bit more to the right, but I wasn't. That's a me problem. How are you not dead yet, my dude? There we go. The Nora Welcome, has there really not dropped any more life by this point in the game? I think we had one armor drop, the rest has just been flawlesses. So yeah, this run has been very stingy on HP. Rat has an attack for when they're both destroyed, asks Metafusion. Yeah, if you destroy both the drum barrel on the back right and the railgun on the back left, then he starts doing this weird attack where the bullets kind of come out of his feet and then move around, and it's really hard to dodge. So you never want to break both. Rat looks harder than the Lich, never fought myself. I never fought either myself, says Pixely. I don't know, which would be harder? I would say that the Rat is probably harder all told. Phase 1, 2, and 3. Because it's so early in the game, relatively speaking, also considering the resources you have to give up to get there. So yeah, I can see it being considerably tough. Gotta get the dodge right on that one. is 3 stars against rat, instant defeat of that phase. So Darnunu, you get stars by attacking the rat as like a counterpunch when he's like glowing. It's an interrupt. And if you get 3 of them, you get a really high damage ultimate punch. If you knock out each phase doing that, you can get up to 6 keys. If you just hit him and you never super punch, you get like 1 key for killing him. You get 1 key for killing each phase with a punch. You get 1 key for killing every phase with a super punch. And then I don't know what the 5th one is. Oh, the 5th key is the freebie. You get the 1 key just for starting the fight, 1 key for ending the fight, 1 key for each phase, 1 key for the final phase. So 6 keys. That's funny that we just got both of the like high quality cursed items. Coolness and rate of fire. And HP, which I guess we didn't get. He doesn't insta-die on the 3rd star. You tend to bring his health down to enough of a threshold where the 3-star punch will just kill him. If you ever notice me on this fight, sometimes I will specifically avoid attacking him. Like I'll just punch him once. It's because I don't want to lower his health that much. Hold on. There we go. Oh my God, how are we gonna... Don't worry, we'll get him. There we go. Fed him, finally. Get rid of the guan, get rid of the guan. Get rid of a junk. What do we care? I don't know why I'm doing this, like going to fight the rat. I don't want to fight the rat. Rat's hard. Watched a ton of Abe Gungeon runs before, says Darnunu. I'm not explaining it just for you. I'm explaining it for other people as well, because I haven't played Gungeon in 8 months and some of this information I gotta go over again. I'm sure that some people have been curious and I've been ignoring their requests for explanations. Tiny says, I love that the devs didn't make an animation for the serpent eating, so the sprites just shrink. I mean, that is an animation, is it not? Rat has an... Lenore says, rat for me is harder, Lich you're usually stronger against. Yeah, and again, the rat fight, you have to give up so many resources to fight the rat. 115 bucks, a key, 2 blanks. Disposable says you've been ignoring my request to show that specific rat attack. Yeah, but that's because it's hard and I don't want to do it. That's very much on purpose there. Isn't the junk damage boost permanent? It is. Getting rid of junk should not matter at all. You keep the damage bonus just by picking up the junk. I do like keeping junk though, because if you find the Shrine of Junkman, you can turn junk into armor. Hey, Bad Bone 8. Welcome! Thank you very much for the resub. How you doing? So, we're gonna be fighting a lot of jammed enemies because we're cursed. We're quite cursed now. We have 2 big cursed items. This one gives you coolness, this one just gives you better rate of fire, and also charmed enemies when you walk into rooms. We're gonna have to be a little bit careful. We still only have 6 freaking HP, man. He's got that one. Oh, come on. You can't kill one enemy. Nunez says Junkin is so overpowered. Junkin is great. But, like usual, there's negatives. The negative being you have to give up so much for the junk man. Careful, don't burn. Also gotta remember we do have a back shot here. Also have to remember, at some point, we're gonna have to do something about this freaking... Oh, no! Oh, the chicken obliterated that jammed chest. Good job, chicken. At some point, we're gonna need to do something with this duct tape. We've not done anything with it, but there's nothing worth duct taping. Maybe I'm just gonna make like a good gun, but we're not gonna be able to make like a broken gun unless we get other weapons. Whoa. Easy turbo. Easy turbo. Well, this room was quick. Wait, what happened? How did we do the room when we walk into it? There were two enemies. Oh, because what? The blue boy was charmed, and then it was just a loot guy, a loot goblin. What a strange room. Dernuda says duct tape is the most interesting item, along with the clone. Duct tape is very much dependent on whatever you do with it. Yo, cool skull. Duct tape is, it can be garbage, it could be okay, it can be amazing, it can be game-breaking. I do feel like... I don't think that does anything. Do we get armor out of this? I wonder if we get armor out of this. We'll come back to this later. I do wonder about what I'm gonna do with the duct tape, because I don't really have anything to do with the duct tape. I'm hoping that maybe by killing this boss, we'll get something good. Gemmerlingo says you don't get armor from the shrine. Damn it. I'm still on 6 freaking HP. Like, I got hit on the rat fight, sure. But, yo, don't make friends. Like, no HP has dropped at all on the run. This is a good case run for, hey, Gungeon's actually kind of hard. Sometimes. Sometimes it can be hard. We're gonna open this one. Again, we're looking for guns. Commando's a gun. Commando is a hell of a gun, especially if we duct tape it with that gamma ray. Oh baby, we'll have 500 rockets. That sounds good. Why am I not doing that right now? Here's my thinking. Let's fight the boss, see if we get a better combo, and if we don't, we're gonna be duct taping Commando. We're gonna have 500 rockets. And that'll be a very interesting run. Badbone, I'm doing all right, and hope you're doing all right as well. I'm having a fun time in the Gungeon run. The Forge shop has Charge Shot and Flame Hand. Well, if it has Flame Hand, we could probably make some cool duct tape combo work, but you know, I'm okay just getting some value out of the duct tape. And this is a good some value out of duct tape opportunity, I think. Got him. Dueling laser does not work. We already have keys. We could meld. And by meld, I mean munch. This is gonna be kill pillar. All right, kill pillar should be easy. Let's just use the commando. We'll duct tape after. Oh, it's actually like incredibly easy. Yeah, it's like there's no reason to do the duct tape until we find what we get out of the chest or out of the boss fight. Is that bouncing bullets? Oh, it's so good! The backup commando shots will land. This is a good run. This is a fun run right now, especially considering what I'm about to unleash upon the denizens of the dungeon. Sorry, the gungeon. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So, what I want is I want Gamma Ray and Commando to be duct taped, and then we'll actually have 800 rockets. And I don't think it matters the order. If you duct tape Commando first, Gamma Ray second, we'll have an instant reload that has no time. But honestly, I don't care about it taking time to reload. I'd actually rather just be able to tap shoot the fire button and do the reloading through that mechanic versus having to actually, you know, manually reload it. So I'm gonna duct tape Gamma Ray onto the Commando. Gamma Ray, Commando. Now I have 800 rockets. So this is the weapon we're gonna use for the rest of the game. I love it. Bug boots, we're already immune to poison. We don't need a key, but we got the money. And actually, I'm gonna use the shrine just to see if it works. I know that Jammerlango says it doesn't, but I wanna at least showcase whether it does or doesn't. So our health is there. Yeah, we get nothing. Fair. I'm gonna also gun munch Void Core. And I'm gonna gun munch the magic lamp, because we don't need it. We have a weapon for every occasion right now. Mass shotgun is kind of interesting though, but unnecessary. In fact, what do we need with guns? Dump it. Anything else that we want to dump? Let's dump the... let's keep the junk. In fact, let's keep everything else. Everything is okay. Sweet, let's go. Mud says, I know it's not necessary, but I do enjoy the dueling laser. It's a fun weapon, but yes, very much unnecessary right now. I would buy it, except I don't have anything else that I really want to sell, and I want to have money for this floor's shop. Dernuti says, makes me remember the time before explosions were nerfed to kill almost all bullets. From clearing almost all bullets, I mean. Yeah, explosion nerf was, it was a bad time in Gungeon. I remember the time when explosions were good. They're still good, but they're not as good as they used to be. Which, honestly, it's understandable. You son of a gun. My explosions didn't kill him, it just knocked him around. It's understandable that it had to be changed because it was very powerful and overpowered. It does suck a little bit though, but it's okay. Connie, oh, we got the armor back. Connie says, my Grave Robber with Deadly has a base 50% crit on the dagger. If I can combo it, it's a guarantee. How much damage is that, though? And also, like, what path are you taking on the grave robber? Honestly, even if you tell me, I'm not gonna actually understand how to parse that information. It's been a while since I played Darkest Dungeon. You know what we need now? Scattershot. That would be a solid pick, I think. Deadeye, so ranged crit path. Fair. My favorite Darkest Dungeon 2 Grave Robber is, I think, the dancing, moving forwards and moving backwards constantly. And then you get the pet, which lets you... Enemies? Enemies everywhere. You get the pet that lets you get bonus damage. Didn't they change the pets in Darkest Dungeon 2 so that you can take any pet you want? I don't think I played much since they made that change. Revolver rounds. It could be good. Which one did you enjoy more, Darkest Dungeon 1 or 2? It's an interesting question. I think I enjoyed Darkest Dungeon 1 more, but I think that's not because I necessarily think that it's a better game. I think it's because Darkest Dungeon 1 was original. You know, Darkest Dungeon 2 is more of the same, and, you know, between those games we've had plenty of... It's a Darkest Dungeon like. We've had games that emulated Darkest Dungeon a lot. The big one that I remember is Aratus, Lord of the Dead. It's basically just a ripoff. But Darkest Dungeon 1 was like this cool, unique experience. It was a lot of fun to play. Everyone dumped so much time into that game and their campaigns. There are things I like about both games, like mechanics that I prefer about both games. You know, I very much prefer that Darkest Dungeon 2 is not a 200-hour-long campaign. But, I don't know. I think that overall I enjoyed Darkest Dungeon 1 more, but I think that's just because, you know, another part of it might just be that I'm burned out on Darkest Dungeon. Even Darkest Dungeon 2, you know, I played quite a lot of it. I completed the game, I defeated all the bosses. Not as all characters, I didn't get all the achievements, but I feel no desire to. If I played any more of it, I would probably just get burned out on it. Now, Gungeon, 2,000 hours later, still not burned out on it. What does that say about me? But yeah, I think those factors combine. Might as well. What says I enjoyed your Darkest Dungeon runs? I did as well. It was a fun game and a fun campaign, from what I remember. I still remember Cryptmaster for Dracula. But yeah, like I got burned out on the style of gameplay, especially because in Darkest Dungeon 1, one of my main criticisms about that game is that it's just so long. A campaign is just grinding the same missions over and over again. I don't want to play this. This is ironic with me saying this. I don't want to play the same game for 100 hours. Lol. Lol, 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 lol. I want this guy to fire skulls so I can show off that this duct tape weapon is good against that phase as well. There we go, look at that. Actually, that's just kind of cool. Thank you. You're gonna sneak in one more. Nina says, I often forget pot fairies exist and sometimes I suddenly remember. Funny you mentioned that because when I was dodging through all those pots, I was a little bit worried that I would accidentally screw myself on the pots. But I was doing it anyways for the fun. It was like, hey, pots, let's just smack them a bunch, see what happens. Which is a very dumb move, let's be honest. Yeah, that was bad. I should have just blanked. This fight, though, is just annoying with those bullets in the middle of the safe zones. I don't know how you're supposed to dodge those. Feels like you can't. You probably can. Like, there's probably a way of dodging these a lot more safely, but it's too tight. Too tight of a dodge. Jammerlingo, have a good night. I'm gonna go to sleep with more Monster Train. Choo choo! Well, we got 4 of the flawlesses anyways. We got 1 hit on the boss. We still have 8 HP, which is more than enough. And more than enough ammo. We don't really need to buy a gun. Or, sorry, buy ammo. We don't need to buy a gun either. Let's move on. Dear Nuna says, the chicken just reminded me that as a kid, my parents bought me a Chinese talking calculator that made chicken sounds. I don't know why. It's like they put in the wrong computer chip. It was supposed to go into one of those CNCs. I don't know what they're actually called. You know, the cow goes, and you're like, this is teaching the kids the wrong lesson. This room, hey, it has 4 enemies that spawn in, one of which is a buffer, one of which is a, what is the name of the enemy that fires bullets all around and it looks, Creech. It's a creature, a blob, buffer, creature, and then a bullet shark. So this is one of those rooms where it has a very specific pattern, you know what the reinforcements are gonna be, but they're in a random corner in the room. This one may or may not have reinforcements of a yellow and a red mage. And they're gonna be on these 2 platforms, the bottom left and the top right. There you go. And so, you know, the more Gungeon you play, the more you start to recognize these patterns and you start to recognize that you can, what the hell? The weird delayed explosion pushed him into the freaking wall. You start to recognize that there are counters that you can employ and patterns of where you're attacking and when you're attacking to kill enemies as they spawn in, and ways you can dodge them, ways you can avoid their attacks, fiddle with their AI to make them move the way you want them to, etc., 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 etc. This wave is just shotgunners and bulletkins. And I forgot the poop man. Newsflash, Abe is certifying his vintage with a CNC reference. I've watched E.T. No, E.T. was something different. It was like a weird like, toy computer or calculator or something. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what it is. I know it's a phone, but it's like a toy phone. I don't know. ET references probably aren't better. Have you never seen ET? Next you're gonna tell me you've never seen Gone with the Wind. Or Casablanca. I don't think I've ever actually seen Casablanca. I do know, however, of, you know, Frankly My Dear. I don't give a damn. This room sucks. It's a little bit complicated. In the middle of the room is gonna be one of those agonizers. And then in opposite corners will be... Oh, I didn't know it could be you. Opposite corners will be bulletkins, and then the shotgun bulletkins. Not the shotgun, the ones that look like cowboys, the ones that fire 2 shots. They're not shotgun bulletkins, they're whatever. So it's like, cowboy bulletkin, other bulletkin, other bulletkin. So if you fire on the other bulletkins, they usually have less health than the cowboy ones, and their shots are easier to dodge, so you can kind of take that into consideration with how you handle the room. If you can kill the agonizer quickly, you can stay in the middle, otherwise you pick a corner. All of those little, like, Gungeon tips, there's so much that you can learn about this game. You can memorize enemies and their attacks and the spawning and the rooms. It's why I think sometimes that, or a lot of the times, that Gungeon is easier than Isaac, because there are fewer things to remember. You know, in Isaac, there are thousands of rooms. There are not thousands of rooms in Gungeon. Explosion, stop it. Feed the Muncher? I may feed the Muncher, but I'm just gonna wait, just in case I don't find more ammo. Wow, god dang freaking rockets, man! Freaking rocket, man. Next you're gonna tell me you haven't seen the original Star Trek, the original series, which is far superior to Star Trek The Next Generation. Snort. The man says, I appreciate the explanations. It's, there's a lot to learn about Gungeon. 424 rockets. That's more than enough. The Muncher is still ravenous. The Muncher is still ravenous. Doesn't want that gun. Well, I'm not giving it my last gun, so here we go. Mud says Lower Decks is the best. I still have only seen like 2 episodes of it, but it is filled to the brim with nerd references. I should watch more of it. I really should. Arcatraz says, CNC is the pull cord animal sound toy. The electronic version was a Speak and Spell by T.I. Arcatraz says, I'm also older than you. So you would know, okay. That's what you grew up with. The cow says, moo! Voyager was a friggin' trip, says Arcatraz. Voyager sucked. I stand by it. The transporter accident scene at the start was nightmare fuel for me for a long time. I don't remember what you're talking about. Hey, Segus Jr., welcome. So, the rockets, they may have been bad on some of the enemies we've been fighting. Rockets are gonna be very good on liches here. Liches get, you know, a little countered by explosions. Not Voyager, V'ger. The antagonist in the OG Star Trek movie. Oh, V'ger. Oh, oh yeah, okay. I don't remember the transporter accident scene, but I know what you're talking about now. The probe, they find the probe. It's not God. That movie, right? No, is that the Undiscovered Country now? I don't remember. I'm not a nerd. I remember the one with the whales, but everyone remembers the one with the whales. Nuclear vessel. There you go. Final Frontier was the god. Final Frontier was. Oh, Undiscovered Country is the one with the Klingons. Architrez says actually good. Yeah, it's a good one. That's one that I actually really like. That's a fun Star Trek film. And then what was the one with there was like Guinan storyline, and it had both captains, and it had oh, the villain who I can't remember his name or what else he played, but he makes a good villain. The guy who was also the bad guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't think it might not be the same actor, but that's what comes to my mind. Generations. Very meh, says Architrez. I like the opening scene from that one. Anyways. Fun run of Gungeon. We talked a little bit about language in Star Trek. And we played the robot. Took a lot of damage. Not a lot of health showed up. Gotta be honest with you. But we had a very good duct tape gun, infinite ammo Commando. We could have done... No, we only picked up the Commando on floor 4. But it's a good duct tape target. That and the beam weapon means you have infinite shots, essentially with the Commando, because as long as you tap shoot, the beam doesn't fire because it takes like half a second to fire. So you just keep tap shooting the entire time and you only fire 800 Commando rockets. And we have backup gun and bouncing bullets, so it was great. Malcolm McDowell played Soran, the enemy, not the same as Christopher Lloyd. Look, I don't remember the names of these actors. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Enter the Gungeon.